Good day, class. This is Miss Jenny, and for today's video, I'll be discussing the sources of information. First, let's have its definition. Information source is a source of information for somebody or anything that might inform about something or provide knowledge. So basically, it is anything that informs or provides knowledge. Okay? And it may be observations, people, speeches, documents, pictures, organizations, and so on. We have two main types of sources of information. First, we have primary sources. And second, we have secondary sources. Now, what comes into your mind when you hear or see the word primary sources? Okay, so primary sources are original records from the past recorded by people who were involved in the event, witnessed the event, knew the person involved in the event. Since it is a prime, so it is the original. Again, when we say primary, just remember the word original records. You were the one who witnessed the event. You were the one who knew the person involved in the event. Or maybe you are the person involved in the event. Okay? And also, primary sources can be immediate, first-hand accounts of a topic from people who had a direct connection with it. I would like to emphasize the word first-hand. Since it is an original source, it is also a first hand. You have a direct connection with someone or with the event. You are the one who experienced the event. So you are the primary source. Anything that has a direct connection, that is primary source. We have here examples of original documents like diaries, speeches, manuscripts, letters, interviews, records, eyewitness accounts, and autobiographies. Let's have the diary. Okay. The diary, you are the one who wrote it. And the things that you have written there are your experiences, personal experiences. That's why it is an original document. Next, speeches. You are the one who created the speech or the script. You are the one who delivered it. That's why it is an original. Okay, so it is a primary source. And also the other things or examples are also original sources. Other examples of primary sources are empirical scholarly works such as research articles, clinical reports, case studies, and dissertations. Creative works also such as poetry, music, video, photography, and painting. As long as you are the one who wrote, who created the works, and those are primary sources. And also historical artifacts. Now let's move on to secondary sources. Secondary sources offer an analysis, interpretation, or a restatement of primary sources and are considered to be persuasive. When we are talking about secondary sources, remember the word analysis, interpretation, and restatement because it has something to do with analyzing, interpreting, and restating our primary source. If the primary source is the first hand, secondary source is a second hand. You're just going to analyze the original document. And also, they often involve generalization, synthesis, interpretation, commentary, or evaluation in an attempt to convince the reader of the creator's argument. This is just like the first bullet, wherein you synthesize, interprets, give a comment about the primary information. They also attempt to describe or explain primary sources. Okay, now we have here examples of primary and secondary sources. I want you to identify if the example is a primary source or a secondary source. First, we have the autobiography. What do you think is this example? Is it a primary or secondary source? Okay, good. This is primary source. Next, artifacts. Is it primary or secondary? Okay, well, this is primary source. How about newspaper? Okay, this could be primary and secondary sources depending on the topic. If it is about the current event and you are the author, you're the one who is telling or reporting that event, that current news, therefore, that is a primary source. And for the other articles that analyze the event, that is considered secondary source. So again, when we are talking about newspaper, it depends to the article if it is a primary or secondary. Next, biography. Okay, biography is a secondary source. Miss, why? Because we can differentiate autobiography and biography. Yes, they are both biography, but they have difference. Okay, so autobiography, it is written by the person involved in that biography. It is writing your own biography. You are the one who is involved in the document or in the article. You are telling your life and you are writing your life. That is autobiography. But when we are talking about biography, it is written by another person about someone else's life. You are, like for example, me. I am writing the life of my best friend. So therefore, the thing that I am writing is only a biography. But if my friend writes her own biography or own life, that is called autobiography. Again, pag autobiography, it is written by you. You are writing your own life. But a biography is written by another person. Next, poem or poem. Okay, very good. This is primary source. Article reviewing. You are reviewing the article. Okay, very good. This is secondary source. 7. A diary. Okay, good. This is primary source. 8. Commentary on the speech. Okay, great job. This is secondary. How about film? Secondary. Okay, very good. This is a primary source. Next, speech. Okay, this is also a primary source. And last one, interpretation of a poem. You are interpreting. Okay, we already have the clue word. Interpretation, therefore this is a secondary source. Okay, we still have examples here. Tell whether the statement is primary or secondary source. First, a girl found a box of letters written by a soldier to his wife and children during the Civil War. What is that letter? Is it primary or secondary? Okay, very good. That is primary source. Next, Jonah went to the library and found original photographs. Next, Jonah went to the library and found original photographs of different Filipino tribes. We already have a clue here, which is original. And the answer is primary because it is original. 3. Yesterday, my sister Sheila wrote a story inspired from Van Gogh sunflower painting. She wrote a story. Okay, therefore, this is only a secondary source because she analyzes the painting. Okay, now for your SW or sit work. We have here 5 statements and I want you to identify if it is a primary and secondary source. Write P if it is a primary source and S if it is a secondary source. First, a biography about Abraham Lincoln. Okay, this is secondary. Next, a TV show explaining what happened in Vietnam. TV show. Okay, this is also a secondary source. 3. Abraham Lincoln's diary describing what he thought about the Civil War. Diary. Okay, very good. This is primary source. 4. A friend describing the snowstorm he was in last year. Okay, that's his own experience. Therefore, that is primary source. 5. A classmate giving report about World War II. Okay, your answer is S or secondary source. Okay, very good everyone if you got 5. So that's all for today. I hope you learned something from this video. Babush!